stepping out on my balcony once in a while for some fresh air, although everything is open in my apartment, so I've got great fresh air blowing through. Like I said, I'm 84 steps up, so whatever that is in feet, 4 floors. There it is, I can see it. Banna Hills, something's sparkling up there. Got a glint off the sun from something. You know, watching the construction guys. So I'm bleaching some grout lines. Hello. Bleaching some grout lines because they get gross. So, you know, the other thing I can do is just keep moving. I can walk. I mean, I have this whole top floor to myself. And in fact, I'm the only tenant currently in this building. I have my landlady and her husband and their 2 kids and me in an 8 apartment building. So it's pretty quiet and really nice, actually. I mean, I could just walk around and sort of check stuff out, and I have a beautiful view all over the place. And if you remember, I was talking about in one of my videos about having metal siding on your wall. This is the west wall, and it is in the sun almost all afternoon, and that metal is warm to the touch, but it's not hot. I can put my hand on it, the metal siding, and I'll show you over here. They did this after the hurricanes or the typhoons. They put metal siding, I think it's 20 feet long, on this whole building, on the whole upper half of the building. There's my other window right there. Right there. And this is primarily to keep it from getting drenched, and they put a metal cap on top of the walls. Because I'll show you the inside walls of my apartment. We got the 13 named typhoons last fall. Really hammered this building and a lot of buildings. So basically I can just walk around up here. So see that's water damage from the storms were so furious that they impregnated the brick wall with two rendering coats, got saturated all the way through. And I've gone around and scraped all the loose stuff off. And they told me I could move into a different apartment and they would fix it, and it's like, hey, I kind of like it, you know? It reminds me of living in a 15th century villa in Venice or something. I mean, I'm just that crazy, you know? But yeah, so these walls were badly damaged last fall. And this paint job is less than a year old, probably. And it's still blistering in places. Like even on the far side, well, this is the side away from the fury of the storms. And we had so much water and the storms were so bad. I mean, this concrete building was wiggling in the wind, like 70 knot winds. This building was wiggling. It was shuddering. It was going, I'm laying in bed with all my drapes closed, and the wind's howling around, and you can hear metal roofs flying around and you know, dragging down the street, clanging and getting ripped off, and stuff moving around, and the building is going on the top floor. I mean, this high up, and you know, I'm on the top floor, so, and this building kind of sticks up, and it was just getting battered by the wind. And then my landlady and landlord bought this building last year, so they understood what was going on, and they just said, hey, we got to put some metal on this thing to keep it healthy. And it's worked a lot. It's done really wonderfully. The whole building is dried out, and And also these brick buildings. Like, I had some grout problems. My grout was missing down here and here, and water was dripping through the grout line into the brick wall and traveling through the brick wall. And that's what caused the damage out here. Was water coming from my drain, or excuse me, through the cracks of my grout, through the brick wall to here. And then, and since I asked him to regrout, and he came up and regrouted, and since then that water damage stopped. So pretty interesting living in this building, and it's really new. Like, it's probably, I've been in this building the whole time, so almost 2.5 years, almost 3 years. In August it'll be 3 years. And so this building's like 6 or 7 years old, new, and they build them quickly. But look, you know, it's just like a brick wall, and there are concrete columns in the corners. Everything's kind of concrete. You can see how this gets constructed. Like, so there's a column right there, right, and one there, and this wall got thicker here. There's a column right there. That's the pipe chase, right? That's where the pipes come up and down. That thing's hollow. My water heater is up here. So I can turn that on and the lights go on here. I'll do that for a second. I could turn this on, black switch. Okay, so that's on. Water heater is on. And so I have a red light and a yellow light. And when the red light goes off, that means it's hot. So let me turn that off. I don't want to waste any energy on that right now. I don't need it at all. So off. And my landlady just gave me this microwave yesterday or a couple days ago. That was nice. So this is, I always have this going. I always have this going, pretty much. Or no, I don't sleep with that on. I leave that off. But I do sleep with my dehumidifier on. I put my fan on me on my bed, and I turn my dehumidifier on. And it blasts cold sometimes, so I do have a blanket, but it keeps it dry. And then when I wake up, I turn the dehumidifier on and open my room, and it gets flooded with this beautiful, warm, moist air that's just kind of lovely and intense when you open it up and walk into it. So, okay, so Jonah, my friend at Gilda's Big Apple, Jonah makes these bagels. He makes pizza, he makes all kinds of stuff. On Facebook, check out Gilda's Big Apple in Da Nang. And these were super cheap. I think 100 thou for a dozen, and they're frozen. They come frozen, and I just throw them in my freezer. When I want to eat them, I pull them out and throw them on the counter and let them thaw out. Okay, so if I think anything else, I'll add it. Okay. And making videos.